What's going on? It's your boy Broncos Fanatic right here. Now I can give y'all the video that y'all usually get from me around this time of year. Not that other crazy video talking shit about the Dallas Cowboys, because like I said, I usually don't talk shit about other teams. But you know, I mean, you get called out, you gotta do your thing. So let's get into it right now. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, week 2 of the NFL season. All right, let's go. We have the Dallas Cowboys this week coming to the Denver Broncos. So let's break down a little bit of the game, get some stats going on here, get my predictions on who's going to win the game. But first, let's break down the last game that just happened against the Chargers. That was a good damn game. Trevor Siemian played his ass off. I didn't expect that out of Trevor, to tell you the truth. He looked good. Got the ball out of his hand pretty quick. He had to, because the only glaring hole on that team is that offensive line. Every time he dropped back, there was somebody in his face, and he's got some wheels now. I mean, don't take nothing away from Trevor. The dude's got some wheels. I mean, he hit the juke stick on Joey Bosa and just broke that dude's ankles. I didn't expect that from Trevor Siemian at all. That surprised the hell out of me. We got the W. Like I said, that blocked field goal. It shouldn't have come down to a field goal. That fumble by Jamal Charles and the interception. There's nothing we can do about it. We got the W, 1-0 in the division and 1-0 on the record. So that's a good way to start off. Get a win against a divisional rival. That's always good. So let's look at what Dallas did last week against the New York Giants. Like we all know, they came off with a touchdown and 4 field goals at home against sort of banged up Giants team. Odell Beckham was not in the game, which that probably wouldn't have made too much of a difference anyways, because Dallas' defense wasn't bad at all. They looked pretty stout. They held the Giants pretty well. I mean, the Giants only got 3 points the whole game. Let's look at some of the numbers from the Dallas Cowboys defense. All right, well, after week 1, the Dallas Cowboys are second in points allowed because they only allowed 3 points. So the only team that shut out another team would have been the Baltimore Ravens, who shut out the Cincinnati Bengals. So yeah, they were able to put them second in points allowed. They're also 7th in yards allowed, 14th in passing yards allowed, and they're 2nd in rushing yards allowed. Which, those numbers, to be 2nd in points allowed, 7th in yards allowed, and 2nd in rushing yards allowed, that is not bad. That means that defense up front, at least for the rushing yards, to be second, that's pretty damn good. And that could spell trouble for the Denver Broncos. That means they probably get penetration and they stop guys in the backfield. But we do have speedy backs. That should help out some, with Jamal Charles being a speedy back. And C.J. Anderson, even though he's small and he's sort of like a bowling ball, but he's shifty. I mean, he hit the juke stick too. But C.J. Anderson has the moves also to, you know, something that looks like a loss. He could hit a juke stick, he can spin and break it out of there. He's so small. He's a small guy. Their offense, after week 1, they're 17th in points, 10th in passing yards, and 6th in rushing yards. Ezekiel Elliott, you know, he did his thing. I mean, Zeke is a beast. I mean, that guy, he's a good damn back. That's something we got to watch out for, because we had trouble stopping the run at the beginning. In the first half, we did have trouble stopping the run. In the second half, they seemed like they got a little bit of a handle on stopping the run. But with that offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys, which we know is the best offensive line and has been the best offensive line in the NFL for a long time, and that's going to be hard. I mean, Von Miller was getting chipped all night. He was not a factor. I mean, he wasn't a factor because he didn't get in to get a sack, but he was a factor because they had to account for Von Miller. They had to keep an eye on Von, because if you lose Von and you don't know where Von's lined up, you're in trouble. So basically, they had to keep an eye on Von Miller and keep him out of the game as much as possible, which they did. He almost got in there a couple times, but you know, he might get in there. He might not. We don't know. They got a scrambling quarterback. They got a quarterback that can run the ball, so if he gets outside the pocket, Von Miller might be able to get to him. We'll have to wait and see. But Prescott, I mean, he didn't do too bad. He had 268 yards and a touchdown. Zeke had 24 carries for 104 yards, which averages about 4.3 yards a carry, which is fucking good. Basically, almost 2 touches, and it's pretty much either third and short or first down. Jason Witten had the only offensive touchdown of the night actually the only touchdown period of the night for the Dallas Cowboys. Do I think they'll come into Denver and play the same way? No. I think it was probably just first game jitters. They'll go to practice this week, and I'm pretty sure they'll get all the kinks out that they had last week. They'll probably try to get Dez more involved in the game, so they don't have to lean on the run so hard. But it's going to be hard to get Dez involved in the game, and Cole Beasley when you have the 2 best corners in the game with Talib and Chris Harris. Also Roby, he needs to calm down. He got that pass interference call, but he needs to chill it out a little bit. I mean, I like Roby, but he's got to calm that down a little bit, man. Calm that fire down. I mean, I like the fire, but you got to chill it out some. But we're going to look at the Denver Broncos defense. They were 9th in yards allowed, 13th in passing yards, and 12th in rushing yards. They're not that far behind the Dallas Cowboys in yards. I mean, on the defensive side. I mean, they were 18th in points, but I mean, they allowed some points. Like I said, they were 9th in yards allowed, and Dallas was 7th. So, and they were 13th in passing yards allowed, and Dallas was 14th. They were 12th in rushing. Denver's 12th in rushing yards, and Dallas is 2nd. Well, like I said, in most of the categories, they're about dead even. On the offensive side of the ball, like I said, Dallas was 17th in points allowed. Denver was 9th, obviously, because Denver scored more points than Dallas did. Denver's also 14th in yards, 19th in passing yards, and 5th in rushing, which is not bad when you have a 2-headed monster like CJ Anderson and Jamal Charles in the backfield, which, like I said, Dallas was 6th in rushing, and Denver's 5th in rushing. On a lot of the aspects of the game, they were pretty equal. Like I said, Trevor had 219 passing yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. CJ Anderson, 81 yards. And then Jamal Charles ended up with 40 yards on the night. It's going to be a close game, I feel like. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be just like the last time they played. It's going to come down to maybe like the last play of the game. Whoever has the ball in their hands, be it Denver or Dallas. I don't feel like Prescott will make the same mistakes Romo made, because we all know Romo threw a pick to Danny Trevathan in the last game to end the game, and I don't think that Dak Prescott will do the same thing, will make the same mistake. So it's going to be whoever has this. I want it to be down to the last. I mean, I don't like close games, to tell you the truth. I really don't. But it would be awesome to see the no-fly zone versus the offense of the Dallas Cowboys to win the game. No blowout, no like, well, just game doesn't even fucking matter anymore. It's 42 to 10 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't like close games, but this is one game I want to see, because I heard so much about the offense of the Dallas Cowboys with Zeke and Prescott and all them, and that offensive line versus Denver Broncos D, which is elite, and then the Dallas Cowboys offense, which is offensive line, which is elite. It'll be 2 elite squads going head to head and to win the game, and that's how I feel like that should be. I would want to see it that way. It doesn't mean it's going to pan out that way, but I want to see it that way. That'd be something good to talk about. It'd be 2 nail biter games for Denver, 2 weeks in a row. But my prediction is that Denver will come out on top. It's at home. Like I said, Trevor looked good last week. Well, actually this week, but whatever. Trevor looked good. CJ Anderson feel like he got his wheels back. Jamal Charles is looking good. Demarius doing his thing. I mean, he had 1 drop, but Other than that, he was snagging them shits out of the air. I mean, he was snagging them balls. Derby was on point. Emmanuel Sanders was doing his thing, and even Adam Gottis, I think it's Gottis, the guy who he filled in for Jared Crick. I heard his name a lot Monday night as well. He was on point. I mean, we just got to get that. I don't know what happened on the play with Travis Benjamin, how he got so wide open. I don't know if that was Stewart's fault or I hope it wasn't Chris Harris Jr.'s fault, but I don't know whose fault that was, but he was wide open. We can't have breakdown on defense in the no-fly zone like that. Hopefully next week, they got to stay strong. They got to stay stout. They got to show why they have the name no-fly zone. Because you don't throw on the no-fly zone. But yeah, like I said, it'll be a good game. I hope it's a good game. In my opinion, I hope it comes down to the wire of the Denver Broncos defense versus the Dallas Cowboys offense in the end. Like, it's not a blowout where it doesn't really matter. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it'll be that way. But yeah, should be a good game. That's all I got for the day. But I'll be back next week. I was gonna do a video right after that game, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, so I wasn't doing the video then. And plus, I had to go to work the next day, and it's all this bullshit, you know. It's an adult life, man. Gotta go to work, pay bills, and all that crap. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got this week. Like I said, I'll be back after the game sometime, in a couple of days after the game is over, to tell you how to basically review the game. If we win, that's cool. If we lose, then I'll tell you why I felt like we lost, and then we'll just move on to the next game. So with that being said, this is your boy Broncos Fanatic saying, go Broncos.